Hi everybody, it's Scompy here. I wanted to give you a little bit more of a detailed update on how I regulate insulin in my blood. I incorporate several strategies when I do this. I lower my overall sugar intake. That's the most obvious thing. You can just look on all food labeling packages and see how many sugars you're getting into a day. I limit mine, like I say, on average, maybe about 20 grams of sugar a day on average. Some days I take it down a little less, especially on my non-exercise days. And other days when I do exercise more, especially more aerobic, I can pump that up as high as like 50 to 75 grams on that day and still not have that adverse effects. Now, I think this is mainly because my glycogen reserves in my body are already depleted from many years now of intermittent fasting. My body utilizes ketones a lot better than glucose. So when I get glucose into my system, it's pretty well eaten up, and then I baseline my glycogen again in my liver and my muscle cells. So I'm constantly at that low. I'm not always like having a bunch of extra glycogen around to be just stored away. So yeah, lowering sugar intake's a good strategy. But as I said in my previous video, I also lower my glutamate in my diet as well, and that is because whatever signaling is going on with the pancreas, I don't want the extra glutamate triggering extra insulin output because of the extra glutamate in the diet. The other strategy, there's two more strategies I take. I do look at glycemic indexes of food. I will avoid a lot of the higher glycemic index foods. Of course, everybody knows the grains and such, but of the lower glycemic index foods, I'll go mainly for berries, are a very good choice. Blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, everything like that. I don't overdo it either. I usually get maybe like only a serving, maybe 2 servings in a day at that, and that's my primary sugar source that's coming into my daily diet. The last thing is sugar timing. So what I'll do is I will first eat all of my high protein, high fat foods as a meal, and won't eat any sugar at all for my meal. And then maybe about a half hour later, I will then incorporate some sugar after the fact. So I'm letting the food be my buffer in my intestines. So I'm hoping that it acts as a source of slower uptake of the sugar into the intestine, which then translates into a very trickling effect of the sugar into the bloodstream, which doesn't tell the pancreas to go more insulin really fast. So all these methods are pretty much how I control my sugars, which then controls the insulin output. And of course, insulin is the fat storing hormone of the body. So the more insulin you have in your bloodstream, the more you're going to be storing fat away. So you want to try to even that out and don't ride up and down waves with your insulin. That's only going to create more cravings, more hunger, especially when the sugar's gone and the insulin's still there in the bloodstream. And typically it takes 6 to 8 hours for the insulin to fall back down to base levels in the bloodstream. So it's a very good strategy to incorporate this in my daily diet. And this is how I think I've also been successful using my 3 steps, as you've seen in my other video. Well, thanks for listening. This is going to be it for now. I'll talk to you guys later.